Well, good evening, all of you fine people out there. How's everybody doing this evening? Good to have you all here, whoever y'all may be. And here I go forgetting my intro. Hey everyone, and welcome to the table. My name is Gabe. This is Draw 5 Move 5, and tonight we continue our journey into madness, or scary card games, or whatever you want to call it. We're playing more Inscryption tonight. We're going to see how it goes. Last time we left off around the Wetlands. We just gotten through that bit, beat the first boss of the game. This time, who knows what awaits us in the Wetlands. I'm going to give people a couple minutes to filter in and say hi to everybody as we get started here. Not a whole lot else going on. Did some laundry today. You know, made dinner, all the good stuff. But for now, I'm going to give a couple minutes so people can filter in and we can see what's all going on. So, we'll start in just a couple minutes here. And of course, we have water because being hydrated is important. Excuse me. All right. I think it's about as good as time as any to pause our little background music here. Now I'm hoping you folks can hear this in the background, because last time it was a little bit funky when we were doing the audio and everything. It was not the most well put together, but we've figured some things out that the last time we were here. So I think we've got most of it sorted now. And I should also now have things set where I can see stream chat in OBS. Hey, Stark, welcome to the stream. How you doing, dude? We've got the, hopefully, audio stuff is all figured out here. I don't know if you guys can hear it in the background because I'm in a different window right now, but music for Inscryption is running in the background. And we've also figured out, I've got the chat now visible in OBS, so I don't have to keep switching back and forth between screens. I figured out how docs work, which makes my life much easier because now I just have two things to look at. Gameplay and the stream deck thingy going on over my second monitor. So that makes life easier. Nice, nice. Well, glad to have you here. I'm excited too to see where things go from last time. I'm wondering if I made the wrong choice. For those who were not here at our previous stream, last time we were going through things, and when I got to the end, I got to pick a rare card to add to my deck. I forget the exact name of the card. We'll see it in a minute here once we hop into the stream. I think it was called a larva or something like that. It was a bug. It was a bug that turns into something else, something stronger after a turn or so. I'm kind of wishing I picked Gek, because the Gek was just fun, and I didn't realize at the time that I could just graft other abilities onto the Gek. But hey, that's how we learn. The point of playing games is to understand them, and so, especially because I've heard Inscryption has a lot of replay value, probably a good thing to, you know, change and try as I go here, especially with a blind playthrough. But with that being said, real quick here, I'm just going to check and see how we're doing on our numbers, make sure the stream is not dying in any sense of the word. No, I made the right choice as your favorite card. Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. Cool. Hey, Coolest Wanderer, welcome back to the stream. No, you haven't missed anything yet. I've just been chatting a little bit and waiting for people to come in, giving people some time to get here because I know obviously start at 8, but you know, I just did the announcement on the community tab, and we I did it in the Discord earlier. For those of you who are new here who don't know, Draw 5 Move 5 has a Discord now. The link's in the description if you want to hop in there. We mostly just talk about game design stuff and other fun things. It's a little quiet, but when there's stuff to talk about, like new videos like this, we get a little more lively. So other than that, yeah, I was doing a little bit of housekeeping stuff, just posting to let people know that we're live. And then otherwise, not a whole lot's been going on. I was just talking about Gek versus Larva. We'll see. I don't know what Larva does, so we're gonna find out together here today. With that being said, it is 8:12, so I think I'm going to hop on over. We're gonna switch screens here, and we're going to hop on into doing the actual gameplay business. So let me swap it real quick to this view. Hopefully you guys should be able to see this. Somebody commented on the last video that the camera placement made it hard to see the scale when it was like tipped in my direction. I do not know how that's going to go. I don't really want to like mess with the camera right this second, so if y'all have an issue with like where it is during the stream, just let me know. Also, hopefully, I can hold on. Where's the whole thing? Okay. And just making sure, because we had this problem last time. Chat, can you hear the very faint-ish Inscryption music going in the background? I need y'all to let me know, because actually, I suppose the easy way to do this would be to just open a new instance of the stream in YouTube or something, huh? And then I could listen and see what you guys are hearing. Okay, sick. Never mind. I don't have to. Thank you. Now we know we are good to go. So everybody can hear it, which means everything is working properly. And we can just hop on in. We're going to go until about 10:30 EST tonight, so we're going to be going for like 2-ish hours from here. I don't want to go super late because I have work early in the morning and also roommates, people trying to go to bed. I do live in an apartment complex, so, you know, being courteous of other people who live here. But we're going to go until about 10:30 EST, so about 2 hours from now. A lot less time working out technical kinks, so that makes life easier. All right, without further ado, let us continue our journey, shall we? When last we left our hero, we journeyed into the wetlands. We just beat the prospector. And here comes the scary man again. With the sound of the prospector's pickaxe still ringing in your ears, you carried onwards. I wonder if he's trying to decide where I'm going as we're playing, because he says, And I'm wondering if it's like he's deciding what's happening, or if he's like, I didn't think he'd make it this far. Let me come up with something else. The rank smell of rotten mold permeated the humid air. Every step forwards was answered by some nearby slip or slither. You tread cautiously into the wetlands. Welcome to the swamp, people. Welcome to the swamp. Oh, I don't know what that one is. I don't think I've seen this image before. Also, this is a much more heavily branching path than we've seen previously. Well, in the interest of doing new things, I'm going to try whatever this one is. You must make a different kind of choice now. Choose not a specific beast, but decide the cost that you wish to pay. I kind of want more low to the ground guys. I feel like that's the route to go, because the more, as this game keeps going, it's obviously valuable to have like a lot of guys that you can easily summon. It's good to have top end because I don't have that many like super strong guys. Maybe I do go for a 2-drop just to see if I can get something that actually has attack power, because the strongest thing I have so far is just the wolf, and that only does 3. I've had issues when he cheats with things being a lot tougher. So maybe we go for a 2-drop just to try and fill out that section. We have a lot of lower drops now with the birds and stuff. I don't remember exactly what the deck looks like because I haven't touched the game since Sunday. But I think we go for a 2-drop just to try and fill out that kind of section and see if we can get something that's stronger. So let's see what we've got. Another wolf. All right. I mean, what were you expecting? I don't know, something that wasn't a wolf but was a 2-drop. 3 wolves isn't terrible. All right, over here we go. What if I don't want to? Well, I guess there's no choice. I have to. Stark, I actually don't know how to bring up the deck. This is not something that's ever really come up during the process of this. I wonder... Well, I can't do anything with that. I don't know. If anybody knows how to do that, I can definitely take a look and we can see what's going on with the deck. I'm assuming I have to do it on an open state when I'm not in one of these situations. But I guess we'll try and take a look in a bit. Okay, who can I empower? And who can I use as power? I do wonder... Okay. Remember, you can press W in certain screens. That seems, I think, like the same as the kind of scroll up, scroll down thing. I'll have to look at it when we're not in this specific situation. So, here's my question. I pick one to give something to, and I pick one to empower. So, if I sacrifice the larva, which I don't want to do because I haven't even used it yet, or if I empower the larva, does the larva lose its, like, clock ability thing and just become something different, or can it have multiple? I don't want to mess with that right now because I just got that card, so I'll try doing this with something different. But I guess... What if we made a flying wolf? That sounds fun. Wolves are what, 2 cost? Yeah, let's go for a flying wolf. I don't really know what else to do, so... Flying wolf. Oh. Okay. There we go. That's how we look at the deck. You can attach powers to cards that already have them. Okay, good to know. I haven't seen a multi-power guy yet, so I wasn't sure that it was possible. I didn't want to mess with it too much and, like, remove my larva. But, okay. So we've got, for people to look at the deck, in addition to the infinite pile of squirrels that are off to the side for fodder, we also have the empowered stoat with the constant recurring ability, the wolf, another wolf, which flies, a regular wolf also over here. So we've got 3 wolves, the empowered stoat, one of the wolves flies, the river snapper, the sparrow, which flies, the bullfrog, which can block flying, and then the strange larva, whose abilities I do not know yet, but we are going to find out together in one of these battles when that comes up. Also, can I just, like, get up and walk around? I can. So now that we've gotten to this point and he's told me I can get up, I can just get up and... What the heck was that? Did I just see things? Or is there something over here in this corner? I thought I just saw something. Okay. Alright. I don't want to mess around too much with this stuff in the room here, but it's interesting to see that it lets me get up and walk around now. Oh yeah, the eye glow is really nice. Just another little bit that makes it feel good. Alright, I'm not going to mess around with the environment too much now. We already accidentally, or maybe intentionally, got a ring earlier from our previous playthrough that I don't know what to do with yet. So, we'll keep playing along with this man's, our dungeon master's, we'll call him, game for now. Okay. We've got a fight. Hey, Stoat. How you doing, buddy? Alright. What do we got going on here? Beehive? Oh god, what does that mean? Once a card bearing the sigil is struck, a bee is created in your hand. A bee is defined as 1 power, 1 health with airborne. Bee is created in your hand. Is it in your hand or is it in the opponent's hand? Card bearing the sigil submerges itself during its opponent's turn. While submerged, opposing creatures attack its owner directly. Interesting, okay. Yeah? You gonna tap your fingers at me? I'm reading. Reading is fundamental, sir. Alright, I mean... That's a very interesting touch that he just taps his fingers on the table. Alright, buddy. I mean, let's get going, I guess. Dang, this man gets impatient just like everybody else playing card games. Hey, that mage, welcome to the stream. Oh, is that a spider on there? There's a spider for a moment. Okay. There's so much just random stuff going on. There's a lot of sound design in the background that I'm really loving right now. Just like a few different things happening kind of in the background that I can hear. The fact that he keeps moving around and is like looking around and like, man, are you done taking your turn? You know, that's always kind of fun. But there's a spider that walks onto the cards. Oh, he reacts to the spider. I'm sorry if I'm not playing the game right now. I'm just enjoying the experience because I think it's part of what makes this whole thing so interesting. CGP lover, welcome to this stream. How you doing? Alright, I know we're sacking for Stoat. The question is, which lane am I putting Stoat in? I think I'm going to put it in one where I can keep attacking directly, I suppose. And then I can do Squirrel and Stoat for Wolf for Flying Wolf even on the next turn, which means I can get aggressive pretty quickly. So let's go Stoat, and we'll do it in this lane here. Total misplay? What do you mean, Mr. Stoat? What have I misplayed, sir? That's one. Okay. Squirrel. Wolf. And we're gonna go... If we can just out-aggro him per turn, that's probably gonna do enough. So if we stick it in this lane here, then we should be able to just go in. And then they're gonna attack me each turn, but then they flip back down, and I still get to do stuff. So if I go River Snapper, I can hit in for 4 here, I think? Yeah, I think that's maybe enough. Unless I draw something else that has more power than River Snapper, but I don't think I'm going to be... What else is in the deck? I've got 2 wolves, which are going to require 2 sacrifices. I have 1 sparrow and 1 bullfrog. The bullfrog, if I draw it, can block one of the flyers, except I already have those lanes occupied. And what the heck? You're just one of the ones that goes down. Okay. I think we just go squirrel. We play the squirrel. And then we go river snapper, sacrificing the squirrel and the stoat. And we put the snapper over in this lane just to block some health, because we can still keep attacking directly. And then we're going to go combat, and we're just going to swing in, and I think that should be enough to tip the scale in our favor. How brutal of you. You dealt me more damage than you needed to win. However, in my game, such feats are rewarded. To be precise, a tooth to keep for each extra damage dealt. The trapper may be interested in your spoils. I get teeth? Well, I ripped one out last stream, so maybe that's helpful. I'll get a gold tooth to replace. Oh, speaking of trapper, I guess that's maybe what's up next. We were stopped along the way by a trapper looking to liquidate his pelts. There was something uncanny about his appearance, but you were quickly distracted by his wares. Care to look at me pelts? Oh, sorry, I should probably do a different voice, because this is technically a different character. Care to look at me pelts? Take a pelt, free of charge. See the quality? You're leaving already? Please, consider me pelts. Okay. I don't know what these are. What does this mean? They have health. They have cost. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. So, okay. I mean, I have 5. I don't know what else I can get. This one is gold, but I can't get that yet. Yeah, you'll need more teeth for that one. Okay. I could get the wolf pelt. I have 5 teeth. I guess we'll do that, because I've never done this before. We'll see what comes of it. Okay, we have the wolf pelt, and I'm out of teeth. Thanks for your business. The man assured you of the value of the pelts. They appear to be useless in a fight, but he mentioned that the trader further down the path would reward you for them. Okay. Now, this is where my memory starts getting tested, because I don't always remember which of these things mean what. I can get some items. I am short on items. I'm pretty sure this one's the one where I sacrifice stuff to empower a guy. And if I do that, I don't know what the pelts are for, but the pelts could be empowered, I think. Or, yeah. But I don't know. I don't want to mess around with those just to find out that they're not, like, useful for anything. So I think we're going to go for the very clear thing of items, because that is there, and I can use those. The gust from this may lift your creatures into the air, if only for a turn. Alright, so we've got a way to tip the scales, which I hate doing because I hate pulling out my damn teeth. This, which gives all my stuff flying for a turn, which honestly might be enough in certain situations to just immediately tip the game in my favor, and a bottled squirrel. I know the squirrel is good because that can always be helpful for making pushes, and I'm willing to try this and see what else it gives me. Okay. You know what? One of everything. Bottled squirrel. Alright, let's see what we run into here. Okay, so rabbit pelts are effectively squirrels. That is what I'm gathering. Pelts are effectively squirrels. Okay. Honestly, I don't know if I tried that in my playthrough. Yeah, this is the thing, right? It's like, these are pelts. All they have is health stats. So they're effectively squirrels, but they have no power. But, like, could you turn these into something with power? if I bring it to... I'm just, like, keep in mind, folks, I'm wondering out loud here. Like, I wonder... I do wonder if I could take a pelt, bring it to a campfire, empower it so it has, like, some actual power, and then have a 1-drop with 0 power. Or a 1-drop with 1 power. Correction, a free drop with 1 power, and empower it with something else, so that it's, like, something like that. They can't be sacrificed. Well. Okay. Bullfrog to defend from flying. You're going to hit me directly and also be unable to be hit on my turn. So I can't block these unless I play a bullfrog in front of them, which is kind of annoying. What I can do is I can go squirrel. I can play a pelt and then see how it goes from there. C and Nuvagan, welcome to the stream, guys. And yes, it's free dental, truly a game of fantasy. I really don't want to pull out my teeth again. Okay, squirrel. And I think we just go... Okay. What row currently... So he's going to be putting stuff in all of these rows. That might have something more powerful drop down. I can't block the kingfishers anyway. But I can block the bullfrog with the pelt if nothing else. So we're going to go sparrow, sacking the squirrel, and we'll play the sparrow over in that one. Then we'll go pelt there, and we'll go combat and just swing for 1. Okay, pelt was a blocker. That's not terrible. And then we're going to at least get to swing for 1, but I need more to sack for the squirrel. Or to sack for this guy. So I think we got to just draw a squirrel and then go second squirrel and just start swinging. Bottle for another squirrel. Squirrel for your thoughts. Squirrel. Squirrel. Wolf. Okay. And then we're gonna go... If I put this here, I can block the bullfrog, and I can still swing. If I put it in here, I can do in for 3, and there's no way he can ever block it. And I really do like that. We're gonna put it right... Because the only thing is, if I draw my bullfrog, I can at least block some of this damage. If I do this, I go in, I hit for 4, but I'm not... Because I think he hit me for 3, right? So I'm... Okay. I feel like I want to do this in front of the bullfrog just to try and block some of the damage, because I absolutely cannot block these kingfishers in any respect unless I draw the bullfrog anyway. So we're going to go wolf there. And we're going to go combat. Just take out the bullfrog. Okay, we are dangerously close to dying here. Drawing a squirrel doesn't do anything. I can skip their turn, and that would give me what I need to win, probably. I think we see what we can draw. The bullfrog! Okay. I can bullfrog to block a guy. And then I can swing directly with the wolf. So I can hit for 3 to kind of balance out the scales a bit. Block 1 damage if I sack the sparrow. And I can hit for 4 still, but I can block one of the sparrows. Or block one of the kingfishers by sacking the sparrow. I think we want to do that because I could burn another one of my resources to be able to... I could burn an item, but I really don't want to because I just used a squirrel. I should have just gone for the time skip one and just immediately killed him that way, but we live and learn. I think what we do is we just sack the sparrow, we go for the bullfrog to block an attack and hit direct, and then we can outpace him on the damage. So we're going to go bullfrog, sacking sparrow, and we're going to stick it right there, and we're going to go combat. Tip scale back in our favor. We can block one of the damage. Kingfisher and all them flip back down, and then I think, I mean, no matter what I draw here, unless I draw something... Nothing I can draw is going to do more damage, but I think 4 is just enough. Because we're about even here, I think. So I think I just get the squirrel and play it as like a blocker for this turn. So I can block this guy here. So we're just going to play the squirrel there, and then we're going to go combat. Yeah, and then we block 1 damage here. Oh shoot, I did not realize that my wolf was about to die, because I forgot about the coyote. Well, we might be in dire straits here, kids. I think I might be boned on this one. Unless I burn another item and try and stall so I can just, like, hit direct for the last little bit of damage, because the scale is still mostly in my favor. So if I can squirrel, if I can use the thing, stall for a turn, throw down the squirrel, and then go from there, I have to draw a 1-drop. I have 2 turtle, 2 wolves left in my deck, versus I'd be looking to draw... The larva would take too long because I think it's going to take a turn for it to evolve. I have no sparrows left because I sacked one of them at the one altar table. I think my only other 1-drop left in the deck is the stoat. I think I'm just dead. Yeah, because all I have... All I have left in the deck are either 2-drops or the stoat. No matter what I do here, even if I skip the turn, if I get to a 2-drop, I can maybe swing over. And I think it's probably all I can hope to do, so I think I have to try. I'll pass my next turn. And then we squirrel just to have it on the board. Then we go combat. We pass. He passes. And then we draw a guy. Hope it's the stoat. Lucky draw indeed. The stoat has arrived to save my ass. Okay. So I can go stoat. It'll block the coyote, I think it can block. Yeah, so I can throw that in front of the coyote. I can block some damage. I can also not do that and fail to hit directly. I think I'm very close to actually getting him. So I think I have to go for it. We'll go here so we can still block 1 of the damage, and then we swing for 1. Is that enough? It is not enough. Oh no. That was it. That was the turn. Yeah, and I can't do anything with the wolf right now because I need more sacrifices, so I just go combat. I try and swing 1 back in my favor, and then he flips back over, and I think I'm dead. Am I not dead? Wait, I'm not dead. Okay. I need a squirrel in order to hit with the wolf. I can start putting it back in my favor that way. Or at least try to. If I do that, I can take off the coyote. That saves me some damage. He still hits me for 1 with the kingfisher, and... I think he still hits me for some, but I can try and clear over and make this a little more even. So I think I gotta go for the stoat here. Or I have to go for the, because there's no way I can hit for 4 to get this back in my favor that hard. I think I have to just go squirrel so that I have the resource to sack. And then go for the wolf to kill the coyote to take some of the damage off. That mage says don't go after Coyote. Because my thing here is this. If I go direct, I hit him for 4. He's going to hit me back for another... The Stoat's about to die. Because one more hit from the Otter and the Stoat goes. So I'm going to get hit for a total of, I think, 4 on this next turn. I'm going to hit him for 4. So the scales stay exactly the same. If the scales stay exactly the same and then I lose the Stoat, then because it's like, if I go Stoat, I'm going to lose the Stoat. Regardless of what happens here. Stoat's going. Because he's blocking the Otter right now. If the Wolf takes out the Coyote, I hit him for 1. He hits me for 2. And I think that kills me anyway because I'm right at the edge of the scale. If I don't take out the Coyote, I hit direct for 4, and then he hits me back for 4, and I lose the Stoat, at which point my only pressure is the Wolf. So we effectively go back and forth and trade. Then I hit him for 3, which doesn't kill. I can't summon anything next turn because I have to either go Squirrel or something I can't drop. So I think I have to take out the Coyote just to give me better pace on next turn. Like, I don't think I have a choice here. I have to do this just to be able to maintain some sort of life advantage, because I can hit back with the Wolf into a clear lane next turn. And then it gives me time to try and draw into something I can actually use. Oh god, it's a Sparrow. Like, the thing too here is, like, I can draw a Squirrel and just use the Squirrel to drop 2 of the damage off for this turn. But, or drop a damage. It's just like, if I drop, I can go Squirrel, block 1, hit with the Wolf. That does 3, evens out the scales a little more. Right? Exactly. The math and the tempo of this is so crazy because I'm like, I really don't want to lose, especially because I already burned 2 items on this game, which personally, I think I only should have burned the 1. I probably should have gone for the Hourglass earlier and just like, if I'd done the Hourglass earlier, I think that would have saved me, because instead of doing the Squirrel bottle first, I could have just Hourglass to effectively do the same thing, but been able to push and have the Squirrel for later turns if I needed it. As it is right now, I'm going to either put a Squirrel in front of the Otter just to block, because I can't block the Kingfishers. So I'm going to take 2 next turn regardless of what I do. I can draw 1, but it's not going to be something I can play. And if it's not something I can play, then I have down a blocker. I'm taking 3 damage this turn and then dealing him 3. So the scale stays exactly the same. So I have to go Squirrel here to block the Otter, because literally that's all I can do is just keep blocking the Otter at least, so I take less damage. And then we swing directly with the Wolf. The Wolf can take out the Sparrow on the next turn, so I'm not going to do any damage, but I am going to kind of keep things even. Yeah, so the scale gets a little more even. I'm going to take 2 here. Why did I take 3? Oh, right, I can't block the damn Sparrow. I can try and draw into something better, but again, I just need to block, I think. I have to keep blocking the one guy. And I think now I'm probably just donezo. Ah, man. I can play the Squirrel here, but like, it doesn't do anything. I'm out of time. I'm out of turn skips. All I've got is the Wind Fan, but hitting direct for 3 isn't going to do anything either. Like, I'll play the Squirrel to try and save my butt, and I'll go to combat and I'll swing. It takes out the Sparrow, and I still take 2 and I lose. Yeah, one of my candles goes out. How disappointing. I don't know if... I think I probably misplayed earlier on. There might have been a way to win that, but I don't know what it was. I think if I had probably done my items in a different order, maybe that would have done something different. I don't know. Okay. Let's see what this is. You encountered a small outpost in the woods tended by a mysterious woman. It was the trader that the old trapper had mentioned. Her appearance was unsettling, but you were mollified by her offerings. Oh, she's wearing like a bandana or something over her mouth. Do you mind if I examine those pelts of yours? Let's start with your hair pelts. Here's what I can offer. Chat! Chat, the cat's back! I can get back the cat! Chat, I can get back the cat. Oh, cat's so good. Alright. Calm. What does everything else do? Because I don't want to go like starry-eyed on it and just be like, yes, I picked the cat immediately. I have to at least know what all of these things do. So Snapper, I already have. Snapper's like kind of garbage, honestly. He's just a big defender, and so far that has not been very helpful in this game. I really just want to be going aggro as fast as humanly possible so I can end the games before they get into a complex board state. Because that is the hard thing here, is you can see all the resources as they're coming down, but especially with the flyers right now, it is really tough to be able to just like block everything properly. Elk. What do you do? Sprinter. At the end of the owner's turn, a card bearing this sigil will move in the direction inscribed in the sigil. See, this is another one. I did not understand how this worked with the mule. I still don't exactly understand how this works, and I don't want to put that in my deck when I do not understand how to even use the card. It does not feel particularly helpful, especially for a 2-drop. Like, it's 2 for 4, which is good, because currently all my damage is either 3 or 1, and that's it. That part of it is nice. The problem is, I don't know how this works, and I really don't want to waste my time with this when I know I'm going to have problems dealing with it later. So, especially for a 2-drop, I feel like I have to go for the cat. Alright, Porcupine, what do you do? Sharp Quills. Once a card bearing the sigil is struck, the striker is then dealt a single damage point. So if something hits this Porcupine, the Porcupine hits back. Okay. Warren. Rabbit Hole. When a card bearing the sigil is played, a rabbit is created in your hand. A rabbit is defined as 0 power, 1 health. Okay, so when you play the Warren, it gives you, I assume, a squirrel, effectively. And Beehive is once a card bearing the sigil is struck, it gives you a bee, which is 1 power, 1 health, airborne. There is no way a bee is a 0 cost, right? Because, like, it's decent. My concern is just, like... Right, so, like, everything else that has 1 power, with the exception of Exactly Gek, which was a rare card, and Beehive is not rare, I'm going to assume that the bee with 1 power, airborne, and 1 health is probably on par with a sparrow and requires like 1 sacrifice. My biggest problem right now is I have a lot of high sack stuff. Okay, yeah, so it is, meaning it's a 1 cost. I do not want stuff in this deck that is going to generate me resources I still can't play. I need more squirrels. I need stuff that can stick around and keep being sack material for my big guys. I'm thinking about this kind of, the best way I can think about this, to describe this, I know most of y'all probably aren't very, like, Yu-Gi-Oh heavy people, but the way I'm envisioning this is like Monarch. You want just an endless conga line of dudes you can keep up to tribute, and then, like, know the bees are free. Because if a bee is free, that's a bit of a different story. Because it's like, if a bee is free, and I can potentially get 1 to 2 bees off of this, Warren is just, if you play the Warren, you get a rabbit. And that's good sack fodder. It's like Beehive is a defender that also then gives you a guy you can play for free, and that's pretty good. At the same time, the cat, though! Oh, God. I have not seen a single thing that's worth 3 blood. I don't know what I would do with this right now. And you keep coming up. Such a damages another creature, that creature perishes. Right now I'm stuck between cat and beehive, I think. Because cat and beehive, cat just gives me tribute fodder every single turn. And beehive is slow, but does give me at least 1 card back that does damage. But I think cat's just better. And if I get an opportunity to get something similar to like beehive again, I might take it. Warren, I think maybe is even better because it gives you for 1 summon, you're getting like, you're attributing 1 and you're getting a extra +1 in your hand that you can play the next turn to sack for something else. So like, it's a defender that does that. I think Warren is just a better beehive. The only benefit to beehive is that like, the guy it gets you is a little bit better and you could potentially get 2 of them. But I think Warren's just better in the long run. That being said, cat. I'm getting the cat because I love the cat. The cat's really good. And I just want more cat-like effects in my deck. Oh, wolf pelts too. Exquisite. What? Oh, so I'm... This is interesting now. This is very interesting. Because these are all empowered versions of stuff I already have. River Snapper with block seems pretty decent. I don't know what the goat would evolve into. Porcupine with the dive down thing doesn't seem particularly good because its whole thing is it's supposed to block. Beaver, what the hell do you do? Dam Builder. When a card-bearing sigil is played, a dam is created in each empty adjacent space. Dam is 0 power, 2 health. I don't know. This is another one of those things where I'm like, I'm trying to go into this blind, but I'm like, I don't know if, like, does a dam work like the gold nuggets where I can't tribute them, or can I tribute a dam? I don't know. Again, that's something I'd have to find out through testing, and I really just, I don't want to mess with that. See, here's the wild thing. I could get this seems good initially, but my problem with this Warren is that it does not defend. The big benefit of the Warren is that you play it, you get a thing, and then it defends for a turn. This then drops down so it can't defend, and they just get to hit you directly. It keeps up a tribute dude, and that's cool. It's effectively like a... If you have just a squirrel, you squirrel summon the Warren, and then you're guaranteed to have 2 tributes on the next turn. But cat does the same thing. Well, I guess that's not true, because cat can get killed first. Flying cat I really like, because flying cat means I can graft flying and cat onto something better. Or flying and, like, doesn't get killed when it's tributed onto something better. And that sounds really good. The only other things I'm considering are the flying blockers, because I'm having a hard time dealing with those when the opponents are playing them. Anything that can block flying seems pretty decent, especially the adder, because it's like flying, block, and also it kills stuff that hits it. But River Snapper with block, that seems good. I think ultimately I am probably going to go for second cat, but cat with 2 sigils, in the hopes that if I use this to empower something else, because what do I have in my deck right now? For 1-drops, we currently have the Stoat, Sparrow, and 1 cat. So potentially I could graft flying and like sacrifice forever onto something else. Remember, blockers don't deal damage back. Yes, I know. The big thing there is just like what I was thinking, at least with River Snapper, is that is 6 health that can block anything. And the fact that it can block flyers, and just most of them are just basically pingers. They're hitting 1/1/1 every turn. I think Snapper is probably like a good option for just a solid blocker. because it's like you just put it in a lane and it just nothing is getting past him. Not a soul. I think my decisions right now are between the Snapper, the Warren, and this cat. And honestly, I might just go for another cat to make sure everything else in my deck has the most consistency possible. Worst comes to worst, I can then apply the cat to something else, depending upon what other cards I get in the future. Because right now, honestly, I would even like if I had the ability to, I'm not a huge fan of the River Snapper as is right now. And I already have like 1, 2, 3, 4 high drops in my deck. I now have 2 repeatable guys plus whatever squirrel I get on turn 1, but I want more repeatable dudes. And I think if I load my deck with too many high-end cards, then I'm not going to be able to get the proper value out of them because I don't have enough fodder for them. That's my biggest concern right now. I really like the Snapper, but like the cat with the reborn effect, or with the constant tribute effect, on top of the fact that it's like a flying dude, so like you can also empower it at like one of the campfires or swap it out for give both of those abilities onto a different 1-drop I can get a hold of. Like any of that could be really good. And then Warren, it's just like I get a guy, I can play it, gives me another resource in my hand that I can use for the next turn, and I'm guaranteed to be able to sack for 2 on the next turn. But cat's mostly just better at that because it's always there. You can just draw a squirrel. I guess the idea is like you can still draw from your deck with Warren. Maybe that's worth it. I don't know. I think this sounds kind of lame. I think I'm just gonna go for second cat because cat's been so good to me in the past. I just need more cats. We love the cats around here, folks. These pelts are most excellent. My thanks. Man, you really are just a game master, aren't you? You're the dungeon master. You're just trying to get me to do stuff. Okay, so now here's the decision point. I can possibly empower that flying cat and turn that into a swings for 1 cat that flies and also can constantly recycle. And that sounds really good. Or I can stick those 2 powers on something else I have. The thing is, I don't have a lot of 1-drops I think I would want to put that on, except for maybe... I think maybe I would put it on the Bullfrog if it can retain all 3 abilities. I don't know if it can take 3. I've seen cards with 2. I don't know if I've seen cards with 3. Maybe it can take 3. If I can, that'd be really good. I think I want to just try and empower. I also don't know what that means. I don't think that's a boss symbol. Okay, so it's a fight, it's a card, and then it's either another empower or some items versus campfire, what appears to be, I'm guessing, a tougher fight, and then another card and some more empowerment. I think I have to try and go for this because I want my lower drops to be more impactful. A group of starving survivors stood around the dying campfire. There's room for a creature around the fire, one said. The warmth will enhance its health, said another. Oh, health! One of the survivors said nothing at all, but could not stop licking their lips. +2 health. Okay. No way. Yes, I'm sorry, dude. I'm not putting you into that. You're the only cool one in my deck. I mean, there are plenty of cool ones in my deck, but you are staying. Okay. You know, I think either Bullfrog or Sparrow would be a good bet to enhance here. Strange Larva also might not be terrible, but it kind of depends. I still don't know what he does. I haven't gotten a chance to play him yet. Or I could enhance one of the cats, just to see if I can like get it to last longer in the event something starts trying to swing at it. I think, because I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if it's just like oh, I give it to them and it's kind of a random chance that they kill something I give them, or if it's how it is. Last time they didn't kill it, I was able to take it away in time. But I don't know. I think I feel comfortable going with Bullfrog. Just to, like, boost the health on this guy to make him a really good blocker. And that way he can block both flying. And that gets me close to what I was looking for with the Snapper anyway. Because it's a 1-drop blocker for 4 that also can block flying. And that, I think, is probably the best option I've got. The health of the Bullfrog was enhanced by the warmth. As one of the survivors began pulling a knife from their pocket, you withdrew. I was hoping that was going to be a power enhancer, but we'll see. Oh god, what the heck is this? Oh, it's a totem battle. Does everything have flying now? Everything has sprinter. Okay. Kingfisher, Kingfisher, Sparrow. So these are all flying. And this one is flying, but also... These two are flying, but also I can't hit them on their on my turn. Okay. I want to see what the larva does, so I'm probably going to play that in a lane where it's not going to... I think probably we're going to play that in the lane with the Sparrow. Because I'm assuming when this thing evolves, it can do some amount of damage. I should hope. I think we go Squirrel for Cat for Larva. And then we go from there. Because that flies, although that doesn't really do a whole lot for me right now. But I think that's probably what we do. We go Squirrel for Cat and then Cat for Larva. Put the Larva over somewhere over here. Put the Cat in a row with the one of the Kingfishers, so that way I can just never have to worry about it dying. Okay. Squirrel. Cat sacks the Squirrel. We're going to put it in this row with the Kingfisher. That one's got Sprinter, so it's going to move, I think, that way. Or try to. And then we're going to go Larva, sack, Cat, put the Larva over here. And then that, nobody hits for anything. Oh, so it changes every turn. Oh, God. Wait, it doesn't do anything yet. Strange pupa. Okay. Alright. Well, if I draw a cat, I can go for a wolf and kill the sparrow. And maybe that's good. Also, if they don't do that, then they can't put another one of those down. So... I also really need to start getting in some damage, because if I don't, I'm going to get outclassed and lose this almost immediately. So... Okay. I think what we have to do here is I'm going to just go for a squirrel so that I can play the wolf. That way I can hit him for some damage, or clear the sparrow. So the question is, I think 5 is the limit, right? Like, if I take 5 damage, I think I just lose. So, I think I have to go wolf in one of the lanes where I can hit. Hey Bruce, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here, man. Alright, I think I have to do this and then just try and hit back for some damage, so that way I don't immediately lose. Put the wolf over here. And then we go combat. Yeah, that evens out the scales a little bit. Ooh! That's a good card! Chat, that's a 7-drop. That has 7 attack. And the sparrow can't block. I mean, at this point, I think I just see what I draw from my deck. River Snapper. Cool. Okay. What if I just go combat? Hey! Yo! Okay, so I have to protect that for 2 turns, but if I can protect it for 2 turns, that is a 7 power, 3 health. Oh my god. Ooh. If I enhance its base health, it can live longer. That's interesting. Okay. That was... You know what? You know what? That was worth it. I think that was worth getting. I was worried, I'm like, maybe I should have gotten Gek. It's more immediate value. That, it takes 2 turns. That's stressful. But, that's really good. Alright, let's see what we get here. 1 drop, 2 drop, or 3 drop. There's no way I'm going for a 3 drop. I want my stuff low to the ground. You know what? Another 1 drop, I think, is what I'm looking for in this deck right now, because I have too many 2 drops. I don't want this many 2s. Not that I don't want them, but I want something better for a 1 drop. Potentially, I can get something with some power that maybe I can craft the flying cat onto. So let's go for a 1 drop. Lewis. What the heck are you? Okay. 1 power, 1 health, it's got the sidestep thingy, and it can't get hit next turn? Alright, it's a reasonable blocker, I guess. Or a reasonable, just evasive guy. It's not the best. I'll probably, like, if I had to get rid of something, that maybe would be it. See, exactly! That is the perfectly ultimate great moth. That is the ultimate insect, ultimate instinct, ultra instinct, ultimate insect level 7. That's who that is. That's insect queen, my guys. Another one of these. Okay. Though the 10 hungry eyes around it dampened the greeting. Warm a creature by the fire, a hand to tell, said one. They didn't say anything weird this time, which is a little bit concerning. Pick something else. Stoat, don't worry. Unless I am absolutely certain, I'm not gonna risk you. Never would I ever, my guy. I mean, I think at this point I either go for the larva or the sparrow, because if I can make sure the larva lives, that's pretty good as a blocker. I just don't want to lose him. Screw it, we're going for larva. If I get punished and these guys eat my larva, I will be sad, but... Spotting a few of the survivors drooling, you made a hasty retreat with your strange larva. Yes, 5 defense strange larva! It will live forever! And when it does, 7 attack. Don't worry, we did the larva. Oh god, is it boss time? I only have 1 item. I don't know if I'm ready for this, but we'll see. I also only have one try at this. And he's got 2. A foul smell invaded your nostrils and caused your throat to seize. A hulking man sat by a brackish pond with his feet submerged in the dark water. Fun fact time, chat. Brackish means a mix of salt and fresh water. Fish like mollies do well in that, as well as freshwater pufferfish, who can only survive in brackish water because they're not truly fresh water. Things you learn when you work at a pet store. By the way, leopard pufferfish, don't ever put one of those in your tank. Ever. Very aggressive. Cute. Kill everything. Just... bleh. He pulled a hook from a pile of rotting fish and rose to his feet. I want to do... So, my heart, like my brain says this man's supposed to be scary, so I should be doing a scary voice. But my heart looks at that face, and it goes, I am the angler! Go fish! Scary voice? Funny voice. Your choice, chat. Also, this music slaps and is kind of creepy. Hold on, chat. We have a bot. How do I deal with a bot? Hold on. Pause for technical difficulties. I guess hide user on this channel, yeah? Yeah! All right, robot has been smashed to pieces. We will incorporate its parts into our next deck. Wow, I have enough followers to have a bot. That's so exciting. I'm sorry. I'm just like... It feels like a weird YouTube rite of passage to get bots on your stream. I don't know, man. Regardless. Alright. Let's go back to playing the game. I will keep an eye out in case we have any more bots show up to mess with our game. Robots cannot defeat this party. Not even close. Alright, I'm gonna go with the funny voice because I look at the face and he's just, I am the angler. Alright, angler. Go fish. Alright, Stoat's not here to give me any information, unfortunately. Kingfisher, okay. He's got a hook. I don't know what he's gonna do with that hook. Also, you gotta love how the set dressing changes when you do this. It's just like, before it was completely different, and now it's like, oh, cool. I've got, like, there's fish hanging from hooks around me. It's dark, almost kind of like a forest-ish sort of thing where they're hanging. There's, like, a faint water texture moving over the map, and the colors have changed. Just cool stuff. That's all. That's all I had to say about that. Okay, sick. I can block the Kingfisher. That's cool. Yeah, I don't have anything better to do. Let's go that. Squirrel. Bullfrog. To block the Fisher. And then combat. Swing. Block. Wish fish. Hard shoes. What now? What was that? What is the... What? What is this about? I don't like that it's incorporating new random mechanics that I'm not prepared for. Let's draw a squirrel. And let's go combat. And we'll just hit. Yep, I'm gonna take one. Mine now. Go fish. What? Oh god. I don't like that. He took my card. That was my frog, and now it's his frog. And I think I'm a little bit screwed. Okay, let's draw another one to see. Okay, cool. Cat. Cat makes this a little bit better. Not much, but a little. I can go squirrel for cat, and next turn I can start getting some stuff going, but this is gonna hurt in the meantime. I'm about to take, what, 2, 3 damage? I've dealt 1. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Okay. Does he do this every time I block something, or is it just every creature I play? Like, I don't know how this works. I'm worried. I guess we put him there. This is gonna hurt, but... Stalefish. Hard shoes. Why do you keep taking my cards? Do I need to not have one in the same row? Is that the idea? It's just like, oh, well, you can't do anything if they're in the same row as each other? Is that the problem here? Fresher fish. Easy choose. Okay. Does he always go for the thing that has the least cost on my board? I'm very confused as to how this works. Because the only stat difference between these is the fact that I played this one most recently, and that one has a cost. Well, let's try and start getting in some damage, I guess, because I don't really know what else I can do here. I can start trying to clear out some of these guys. I can clear out this bullfrog, at least. Although at that point it would take 2 and I think I die. So I think I have to put this dude there and just start swinging. Wolf. New fish. Easy choose. Oh, goodness. Do you just pick the most recent thing on my board? Okay, picks the most recent thing on my board. I'll be real with y'all, I appreciate the support. I do not know if I've got this. Like, there's a lot going on here. He seems to take the most recent thing I have played. And there is nothing I can give him with a detrimental effect, nor do I have a lot that's a low cost that I can play. I will say, I assume he can't pull into a row where he already has something behind it, because he pulls everything back towards him. So, if I place something here where the bullfrog is, he might not be able to kill it, but I'm about to get hit for a lot. I'm gonna get hit 1, 2, 3, and if I don't block one of these things, if I don't block the wolf, I'm taking 3. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to survive this, guys. I'm gonna be honest. I guess we try go squirrel. Play the squirrel. Snapper, I guess. And we just block the wolf for like 2 turns, I suppose. That stems some of the bleeding. And it does allow me to start trying to take the wolf out. Yeah, and now I'm done. Oh, go fish. Okay. I died, I think. What the? Okay. You aren't dead yet. This isn't purgatory. Okay. Though you may think of it that way. Before you expire, I must ask you a favor. I would like a memento. Your very own death card. It's quite plain at the moment, isn't it? We will work together to amend that. I want this to be the perfect memento of you. Here are some cards from your mediocre deck. We can put them to good use. Please choose a card to draw the cost from. Okay. I just, like... Y'all, I don't know how I beat that. I straight up... I know it's definitely possible. That gimmick is very unique. It's good. It's scary, because... And this... I almost want to say this is the first instance where the actual effects of the card game are making me uncomfortable and afraid. Because, as a reminder, because I didn't say this at the beginning, the goal of these streams is twofold. 1, to play this game because it's cool and people keep telling me I should play it. But 2, people have told me that this game is a good, spooky card game. And when I did the Halloween video like 2 years ago, what I meant when I said spooky card games, the mechanics of the card game itself are what are making you afraid and uncomfortable, uneasy. The fact that you are playing it, the way the game plays, that's what makes you feel that way. Now here's the thing with Inscryption. Inscryption is a card game, and it is also a video game. And it is a Russian nesting doll. because it's not just like those are two separate things, or it's, oh, it's a video game card game. No, this isn't like a simulator. This isn't like Master Duel. You know, this isn't Magic the Gathering Online. This isn't Hearthstone. It's not a game where it is just a digital client to play what is effectively a physical TCG. This is a TCG nested inside of a larger video game experience, right? Because in this playthrough so far, I have been doing like deck construction and deck upgrade things, so it's kind of like a deck builder game, but it has also been, it's also a regular video game. There are other elements involved here. There are puzzles, as we saw with me randomly brute forcing the ring out of that clock in the earlier when he let me get up from the table finally. There are parts of this that are not just like a card game. And the thing is, where do you draw the line and say the card game is making me afraid versus the rest of the game experience is making me afraid? The atmosphere and the aesthetics of like the room and the ambience and things. And I don't say any of that's bad. That is all totally good. It is a way that games do this sort of thing. It doesn't matter what medium you're in, you use everything you've got to get the feeling across you want to get across, right? But my question is this. Was what I just experienced with the angler, was that a card game mechanic? Or was that a video game mechanic? Because I honestly don't know. I have to take some time and think on that, because I don't know if what I just witnessed was part of the card game I would consider it, or if that was part of like the video game as a whole, because there's bosses. Card games don't normally have those. But it's, yeah, it's mind-bending, because it's like, my thesis for this whole discussion is it a scary card game, or is it just a scary video game about a card game? Right? And the thing is, where's the line where those two things stop? It's really hard to pick apart that line without just being super arbitrary. And I'm trying to give it a fair shake on that, because I think both in the previous game, before I got to that, the one where I ended up losing and had to spend one of my candles, I was getting stressed. Like, I was stressed, definitely. I don't know if I was afraid specifically, but I was stressed. That one with the angler, I was like actually getting like uncomfortable. I'm like, I don't know how to beat this. I don't know what I'm doing. And now I'm at risk of losing everything. And I have to maybe start over. I don't know what's about to happen. So we're going to ruminate on that a little bit, but let's keep going and let's see what we're doing with this memento card, I guess, because I'm sorry that the screen's been flashing for you guys. This is, yeah. Card game and video game are kind of different. They are still inextricable. Yeah. Okay. Please choose a card to draw the cost from. It's probably going to be one of the low cost ones, right? Cost of one build from the Bullfrog. And then another. This time I will use its power and health, the numbers. I mean, I like Wolf's numbers. Those are good. 3 power and 2 health from the Wolf. Now choose a card from which we will extract the sigils. I mean, if I have the choice, if I'm making something that was instrumental to my run, Cat and Flying have both been really good, so I mean, I think it's this one. A sigil of many lives and a sigil of airborne from the Cat. I think this conversation will become more apparent when we get to part 2. Might be a good case of a new sort of medium created by technology that is now available that moves beyond the definition of what... Yeah, exactly. Because this is one of the things, too, right? Is like, Hearthstone has mechanics that are only physically possible because it is a digital card game. Things about pulling a random, like, 2 cost, or like, there's one card that I don't remember the name of that's just like, it summons totems or whatever, like a random totem minion. Just not from your deck, like from the game's card pool. And it picks that at random. And that's something that is only possible because it is a digital card game. There's no way you could do that in a physical paper TCG. You would have to bring that to an event. That's like ridiculous. So this is like, because it's a cross of tech and physical, like it's a very interesting mix. Card game put you in a situation where you had to face a powerful unknown, where you lost agency and your own powers being used against you. Yeah, that's exactly, yeah, a kind of fear made by the card game, yeah. The bot is back. Hold on. Let's pause that so the screen stops flickering too. Hold on. Bear with me for a moment, folks. I have to deal with the bot because they have returned. Do me a favor. Our good bot friend, get out of here. You're banned. As the cool dude Gage, aka Nim Nim, would say, you're banned, bro. Did I ask? No. Get out of here with that, I assume, pornographic bot nonsense. We will not have that on this mostly family-friendly channel, minus the death and the blood and the... We're not doing that here. Nope. Not dealing with that. Okay. Thank you, that made for continuing to report the bot. I appreciate it. The world of online TCG is fascinating, right? Like, there's so much stuff you can do with it. But yeah, no, Bruce, I agree. I think this is really an instance of exactly what I'm talking about with that Angler fight. And I think that's something we're gonna have to keep in mind as I do the video for December. Which for those who are here who weren't here last time, we will be doing a video for December, which will be the Nightmare Before Christmas video. That video is going to be the culmination of these streams and what I find playing through this game to have that discussion about, is this a scary card game, a scary video game, or just my general thoughts on the game. The prompt is going to change a little bit as time goes on, depending upon what I find. So, but yeah, never did ask your name. I guess I give it my name. We'll go for the nickname that some of my friends have affectionately called me, so it's not exactly me, but it's mostly me. The Gib. There is now but one final matter. The portrait. Are you ready? You do not need to smile. Is it gonna use my webcam? What if I just... This is a really good card you've made, right? It legitimately is a great card. I really hope I can get a hold of it. Maybe. I hope he doesn't use it against me. Ice Cactus, welcome to the stream. Also, I don't think this game, or even your current game master for that matter, is trying to make this game actively scary. See, like, I don't know. It's a spooky, definitely. I've been told it's a scary card game, so that's kind of the impression I was going into this with, because I'm going in blind. But we will see. Now, I'm curious what it did for the portrait. Did it, like, take a picture of me through my webcam? Did it do that? I don't know if it had permissions to do that. Another challenger. Perhaps it is time. Perhaps you can understand bones. Bones? Bones. The resourceful opossum costs 2 bones. You gain a bone when one of your creatures perishes, for any reason. Hi, Stoat. You don't seem the same as you did before. Okay, so I can only play this if stuff of mine dies. I'm sorry. Is that a 3 power, 1 health? So I literally can't play that. Okay. Not yet, anyway. Okay. Now here's the question, chat. I don't know how... I do not know how the Stoat's going to react this time, because last time he responded when I killed him to summon something else. And now I'm kind of attached to him, even though we're doing the same thing over again. But I'm kind of attached to the stoat now. And I don't want to hurt him, but especially because I don't have cat on him yet. I don't have 9 lives on him yet, so he's not just going to be sack fodder I can just keep on the board. Okay, we know he's going to come in, he's going to hit me for 3. I can hit him for 1. Or I can hit him for... I can do that and then block, and then I can play the possum. Okay. If we do that, I guess we can play the possum. I feel like for the death of your creature, you gained a bone. Yes, you will not lose this until it is spent or the battle ends. Okay. Cool. Good to know. Okay, so I have a squirrel in a bottle. Okay, so I got back some of the items I had before. That's interesting. I didn't have either of those items before, but I got 2 items. Okay, interesting. Okay, so we have 2 bones, which means we can play the possum. It's just a matter of what else I want to do with my turn, because I really need to not get hit that many times by that thing. Oops. My microphone's like right in front of me, by the way, so apologies. That just was me whacking the microphone on accident. I was trying to move my hand. Okay. We can draw another card from the deck, which seems much smaller than it used to be, because we've died. Or I can try and do something with these. I might just go squirrel, so I can go possum, squirrel, swing, block with the squirrel, go for another thing. Maybe. Is he playing anything else? Not right now, actually. So I think I can just go squirrel, throw the squirrel out in front, and then possum over here, and just yoink. Oh no. Well, there goes my strategy. Okay. Well, we can try and draw a 1-drop. Bullfrog! Okay, cool. I think I just go combat and let the little guy die. Because then I get more bones. Or I could go... I need to keep some amount of power on the board, but I'm going to lose this guy regardless. So I think I just have to kind of swing where I can. Alright. Let's make some plays. I can try and hit for 2. He's going to hit me for 3. Unless I block with something. If I go... I can grab the squirrel in the bottle, chuck it there, and then go from there. Oh, I love the clinking noises on the bottle. And I hate the ones on the wrench, my god. Alright. I think if we just go bullfrog, just so we have an extra guy to hit, it's not terrible, but... I don't know. Maybe I just go possum swing and then go from there. Because I need at least a squirrel. The possum's going to die next turn, so I either need 2 squirrels... I think we just go hit with the possum for this turn, lose the possum, and then figure things out next turn. We'll take 3. We've got 2 bones now in case something like that comes up. And then we draw for turn, we get the squirrel. Bottle for another squirrel. I might actually just mess this up completely now that I'm thinking about it, because he's got 2 of those things. Maybe not. I can take one of them out pretty easily. Like the bullfrog, if I just tribute, can take one of them out. And then I go squirrel, I go bullfrog. I can even put the other squirrel in front of the other one just to mitigate the damage. and then the following turn I swing Bullfrog, and to potentially I'm going to get a second Squirrel, so I could sack both of them if I wanted to swing for 3, and that might just do it, but I'm not sure. I think I actually have to go double block here. So we go, or take one out and then block. So we go Squirrel, we go Bullfrog, sacking that guy there, and then we go other Squirrel to block the second Rattler. Go combat, hit. Just make sure we don't take any damage. Draw a Squirrel. Play the Squirrel, go for the Wolf, take out the Rattler. Or I can hit direct for 3. But I don't think that wins the game, because we're kind of right at dead even. It takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notches to hit. Oh, I see what you guys mean now. Somebody had mentioned that where where my webcam is on the screen kind of blocks the top end of this. My apologies. I don't know if there's a better spot I can put it. I suppose I could put it in the upper right where the candles are, but I feel like that's also important. Yeah, we'll figure it out. If anybody has recommendations on where to put that, that would help. But, okay. So I think what we do here is we go Squirrel there, we sack, we hit the Rattler, and then we guarantee we can hit for 3 on the next turn. We draw another Squirrel, and we can use that to try and block stuff. Or I can just Squirrel block the Rattler again and just keep hitting directly with the Bullfrog. That honestly might not be the worst play in the world. I just don't know if he's going to have more cards in this, because this is like a restarted version. What if I do just hit for 1 with the frog and see what happens? Because I have infinite Squirrels, I think. You may only draw a card at the beginning of your turn. Yeah, I know. I just want to know if there's an unlimited pile of Squirrels or not. I have to cover the bell. True, Clueless Wanderer. True. Okay, hold on. Let me just go grab that. And that. And we're just going to attempt to move this around here a little bit. That's not the worst spot to put it, like right there in the corner of my hand. Feels kind of weird to have it there on screen, but like... I feel like even down just like this kind of corner over here, like it covers a little bit of the hand, but not any amount that's important because there's so much stuff going on. So... I don't know. I think maybe there. It just feels weird having it in like an awkward kind of corner sort of area, but I guess that's fair. It's the art brain in me says that this is the wrong spot, but like for the covering the least amount of stuff there, I think that's probably the best place to put it. We'll roll with it being there for now. We'll go do that, and then we'll see how it goes. All right, back to the game, I suppose. All right, sick. Pull it to the far left. Hold. We'll see how that looks on this stream. I think like right there maybe is not the worst. Okay, let's roll with that. Back to the game. Actually, momentary pause because drinking is important, and I haven't had anything to drink in the past hour, I don't think. Okay. People are okay with this in the corner over here. Seems like it. Over on the side, kind of. It does block a little bit of information, but not anything super important, it looks like, during the game. Like, it's not hiding opponent's cards, which I think is something it might have been doing previously. You guys can see, like, the important stuff with the card that I have where it's currently situated, and then also most of the corner of the screen. So this seems like not the worst. All right. Top left just slightly lower from the top, so you can see the notches at the top of the scales. Yeah, there's honestly there's a bunch of experimenting to do, and then like the upper right, you know, like aesthetically is one of the nicest areas it could be, but it does cover up the candles and the top of the items potentially. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. We'll keep messing around with it as we go, but for now, see, like part of me is like I should get rid of the snake, but I'm also just like, but what if he doesn't play anything? Then I can not have to... No, it doesn't make a difference. I have to sack the bullfrog either way. I'm never going to get more squirrels. Kill the snake. Draw a squirrel. I think I just hold the squirrel. So I could have just chump blocked. Okay. Oh. I forgot your figurine. Yeah, where is my figurine? What happened to that? Get up and fetch it for me. It's beside the safe. Does anything look different than last time? Oh. So that already came out. I still have that. There's a hand on the side of this. Why is there a hand? It's moving. Okay. I don't like that there was a hand sticking out of the safe. I don't like that the safe is moving. I'm also confused by the fact that, well, I can only pick the one figurine, but does this look kind of like Lewis or whatever it was? The, yeah. Did nobody else see the hand? Like, I was over here, right? I turned. And there was a hand, like right there, that went behind the safe. There was a hand. I'm not the only one who saw that, right? There's a VOD. We can, like, double check that later. Ooh. Wait, what? There's stuff in the painting now. There's stuff in the painting. That's interesting. I don't know why there's stuff in the painting. I don't know if I can do anything with it. But there's 2 cards here, so that's cool. Yeah, I saw it earlier, but I was like, did I see that? And I'm like, no, I must not have seen that properly. But it did it again. Also, I swear, this looks like Lewis or Lois or whatever the name of that card was. Oh. Chat. So earlier, when I died, I made a card. This figurine looks a little bit like that 1-drop I got. I got a 1-drop from one of the card sections in between the final boss and that campfire. And it had hair like that. The hair looked like that. The head was that shape. And the name was like Lewis or Lois. And I think that's a little bit weird. Don't you? That of everything else in here, they're all creatures, but But that one wasn't a creature. That was a person. That looks like this. Just thinking out loud here. Anyway, we're going to pick up the figurine. Oh, I can put it down there? Oh, no, now I can't. Hey, I can pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down. Okay, we're good. There's got to be something going on with this. I just do not know what I'm supposed to do with it because I'm clicking all the things. And my apologies, guys. This is something I will do sometimes, is if there's just stuff going on and I don't know what to do with it. I will just click around wildly for a few moments to try and figure out what's going on. Sorry if that's not the coolest thing for everybody here, but I have to satiate my own curiosity of what the heck is going on around here. What the heck is going on around here? Okay, I can put this places. That's interesting. Is there one... Hi. How you doing? Is there one less lit candle than there was before over here? I don't remember. This at least shook before when I tried to do something with it, but now it doesn't. Oh, a tooth. I got a free tooth. That's fun. Okay. I think we're done exploring the rest of this room. There's not a whole lot else going on here that I can do stuff with. Oh, that's the rulebook. Cool. Card bearing this sigil. I haven't even seen most of these. How many of these are there? Interesting. Huh. So the rulebook has everything over here if I want to get up and read it at any point. That's cool. Huh. Boons? Okay. Oh, what the heck? A bunch of these are destroyed. Okay. I think that brings us back to the game. Okay, I'm not going to spend the time to actually look at all of these right now because we have a game to play. But it's nice to know that those are there, I suppose. All right. Back to the music and everything. Let us continue. Definitely worth taking a long look at the rulebook. Well, I'm going to have to do it after this specific thing. That way I can see what all of them are. I am trying to balance between being entertaining for you guys and also playing the game, so it's a little bit of a, you know. Yeah, some of the pages are messy. I know some of those were in the rulebook. Apparently everything's in the rulebook from what I can see, though some of them it won't tell me much about. Let us continue. We move forwards one. We get to pick a card to add to the deck. We're starting all over again. A meager coyote, but what did you expect for only 4 bones? A nefarious rattler, a brittle creature, once past his monstrous fangs. The unkillable cockroach, it returns to your hand after dying. Now that's cool. I do like the cockroach. However, my deck has just started over completely and I am a little bit low on top end. I need ways to do damage, so like the coyote seems good. So, are we not doing the blood thing now? Do I not have tributes anymore? Does this not work the same way it used to work? Or are there going to be other cards like this? This is interesting. Well, I like the cockroach. I'm taking the dang cockroach. I just want stuff that never dies. You know, you're afraid to get up again. To keep your blood flowing. Thank you, I will. I am no tyrant. You may stand whenever the map is unrolled. It allows me time to plan your next encounter. Oh, so you literally are a dungeon master. Okay. But do keep your hands off my possessions. Are you sure about that, buddy? You've had no problems with me walking around and touching literally everything before, but alright. Mighty Leap, we know. Okay. I'm going to take a real quick look through this, and we're going to start at, like... Let's go... God, what do I even start with? Okay, we did the boons. We just read through all this stuff. Okay. Half, 1/2 bones. The value represented by the sigil will be equal to half the number of bone tokens owned by the owner of the creature with the sigil. Ants, the value represented by the sigil will be equal to the number of ants that owner has on their side of the table. How many currencies are there going to be in this game? How many currencies am I going to have to deal with? Okay, so there's ants too. Made of stone, cards bearing the sigils immune to the effects of touch of death and stinky. Waterborne, a card bearing the sigil submerges itself during the opponent's turn when submerged opposing creatures can attack directly. That's a different symbol than it was before. Creature opposing a card bearing this sign loses 1 power. Creature opposing a card bearing the sigil gains 1 power. Okay, so these two are opposite, so it's good to attack into annoying creatures and bad to attack into stinky creatures. You want your creatures to be stinky, you want theirs to be annoying, okay? Bellist. The card bearing the sigil is played, a chime is created in each empty adjacent space. Chime is defined as 0 power, 1 health. So that's the beaver thing, but with bells. Brittle, after attacking a card bearing the sigil, perishes. Okay, so it breaks. Oh, the rattlesnake thing. Creatures adjacent to a card bearing the sigil gain 1 power. Cool, it's like banding or some such thing. It's a buff. You strike a card bearing the sigil will strike each opposing space that is occupied by a creature. It will strike directly if no creatures oppose it. Okay. Title lock. At the beginning of its owner's turn, a card bearing the sigil will pull small creatures like squirrels into its orbit. What? Morphous. When the card bearing the sigil is drawn, the sigil is replaced with another sigil at random. Steel Trap. When the card bearing the sigil... Interesting, okay. When the card bearing the sigil perishes, the creature opposing it perishes as well. A pelt is created in your hand. Okay, interesting. Trinket Bearer. When a card bearing the sigil is played, you will receive a random item as long as your pack is not full. Okay. That seems pretty good, so I should look out for stuff with that. Frozen away. When a card bearing the sigil perishes, the creature inside is released in its place. Okay. Trifurcated strike. A card bearing the sigil will strike each opposing space to the left, right, and center of it. So it's like Omni, but it only hits the stuff that's left, right, center. Okay. Bifurcated to the left and right of the space across from it. So it doesn't hit directly ahead of it. Mighty Leap. Is that a safe dial? I thought it was a weird sun. I'm going to finish reading the rules and then come back to this. Card bearing this sigil is counted as 3 blood rather than 1 blood when sacrificed. Yep, knew that one. When attack a card bearing the sigil, it does not. So does it mean it attacks directly or it doesn't attack at all? That one I know. I love that one. Airborne we know. Guardian is opposing creature is placed opposite to an empty space. A card bearing this sigil will move to that empty space. When an opposing creature is placed opposite to an empty space. Okay, that was the thing the dog did. It kept moving back and forth. Okay. It's like Yajiro Invader, but different. Yu-Gi-Oh! References. Ant spawner. When a card bearing the sigil is played, an ant is created in your hand. Okay. At the end of the owner's turn, a card bearing this sigil will move in the direction inscribed in the sigil. Creatures in the way will be pushed in the same direction. End of the owner's turn, a card bearing the sigil will move in the direction inscribed in the sigil. Okay, so this is like the sidesteppy one, but it just pushes stuff. Sharp Quills, I know that one. Unkillable, we just got that. Waterborne. Wait. What makes that different from this one? It's not. It's just... Wait, what? Why are there 2 listings for Waterborne with different images inside of this book? That's weird. Bone King. When a card bearing the sigil dies, 4 bones are rewarded instead of 1. Okay. Corpse Eater. If a creature that you own perishes by combat, if the card bearing the sigil in your hand is automatically played in its place. Okay, so that just jumps out of your hand for free if your opponent kills something of yours. That can be really valuable. Loose Tail. When a card bearing the sigil will be struck, a tail is created in its place and the card bearing the sigil moves to the right. Interesting. So that's basically like it moves over and creates it's like a substitute. It's like a Pokemon substitute. Weird. Fecundity. When a card bearing the sigil is played, a copy of it is created in your hand. That's cool. So it basically just replaces itself in your hand. I like that. Burrower. When an empty space would be struck, a card bearing the sigil will move to that space to receive the strike instead. Okay. Hoarder. You search your deck for any card and take it into your hand. That's really good. Dam Builder. Okay. This is the same as another one, too. The thing with the bells. I just have different stats, I think. Fledgling, grow into a more powerful form after 1 turn on the board. You could potentially continue getting stronger depending upon what it is. I didn't see if that moth kept getting bigger, but we'll see. Touch of Death. When a card bearing this sigil damages another creature, that creature perishes. We know that one. Sprinter. At the end of the owner's turn, a card bearing this sigil will move in the direction inscribed in the sigil. Where's Hefty? At the end of the owner's turn, a card bearing the sigil will move in the direction inscribed in the sigil. Creatures in the way will be pushed in the same direction. So, Hefty and... Okay, so there are a couple of repeat effects in here that effectively do the same thing with a little bit of a different flavor. So like Hefty and Sprinter are basically the same thing, except Hefty pushes the creatures in the way, Sprinter doesn't. Same thing with the bees and the rabbit hole. They're similar ideas, just one's on summon, one's on attack. Okay. Nice variations. Okay, cool. I'm very confused why there are 2 instances of Waterborne. That's bothering me because they're the exact same thing, but the symbols are different. And I feel like there's something important about that for like a clue to something else in here. I just don't know what. To the user, you may skin one of your avatar's cards. Is destroyed and you draw a pelt card. Interesting. Okay. Boulder in a bottle is like squirrel in a bottle. Squirrel in a bottle is squirrel in a bottle. Dagger is place a weight on the scale. The pain is temporary. Okay. Scissors, know that one. Wise clock. To use your all cards on the board will move one space clockwise. Sure. To the user, you will place a weight on the scales. The pain is temporary. Is plier and dagger seem like they're the same, but they're supposed to be different types of gore that bother you differently. Hoggy Bank, immediately gain 4 bones. Magpie's Glass seems really good because it just gets you whatever you need in this situation. I really like tutors. As a Yu-Gi-Oh player, consistency is everything. Yep, that one we know. Failure does nothing apparently. I'd be willing to bet that's not really true. Black Goat Bottle, cool. Frozen Opossum Bottle. Frozen Opossum is created in your hand. The frozen opossum is defined as 0 power, 5 health, frozen away. Okay. Fish Hook, which is the thing I think that he used on me. Hook of my card, one of my cards, and take it as your own. You must have an empty space on your side to receive it. So I think it's the same thing where if he has some stuff already clogged up in a row, I might be able to take advantage of that. My cards on the board will lose all of their sigils. Okay. Bird leg, yep. And then these boons, which I read a little bit earlier. Okay. I need to cycle back to this real quick because this is bothering me. This is the exact same sigil. Subsection that abilities 30. Waterborne is just a repeat of Waterborne, which is later in here. And I don't know why that is. I'm wondering if that's important for something or if there's a clue there. I think the rulebook has clues in it now that I'm starting to understand this. Oh, it's an inverse. One's 31 and one was 13. The other one's card bearing the sigil submerges itself during its opponent's turn while submerged. Yeah, I don't know why these two are the same, but they're not the same. Okay. Now, where was the blocker? Where's the page that had the red on it? Come on, where'd you go? There we go. So I thought this was a weird eyeball or a sun, but now that I'm looking at this and I'm seeing the lines, it's 3 numbers. I know he did just say not to touch his stuff, but I'm going to touch his stuff. Hope he doesn't get mad at me. Oh. I wasn't sure if I would ever escape that iron crypt. Is the stoat around? Stunted wolf? This madness must end. Put that away. A key. Oh, what the hell is this? What time is it? Oh, God. I'm not starting this thing, whatever this is, tonight. This is something we will deal with on another night. I'm going to play a few games instead, and we will see where we can get with that. Okay. We're going to move a little bit forwards on this map here, and then around about 10:30, which is in about like 20 minutes, we're going to head out. For those of you who were like, man, why hasn't he noticed the numbers in the rule book? I'm sorry, okay? I saw them. I didn't know what they were for. Then I saw the thing, the little symbol, and I'm like, oh, maybe that makes sense. All right, cool. Moving onwards. The pack. Some bone tokens. Some bone tokens for a rainy night. Okay, so this gives me 4 bones. I don't have a lot of bones in my deck right now, so this doesn't seem especially useful. What I know is useful is the turn skipper. I do also really like squirrels in a bottle for just extra tribute fodder, so we're gonna get that. You again. Indeed, our friend freed me. Well, I basically told them how to do it. You got a plan? We have another friend here. You gotta be... I wouldn't call him a friend, but I suppose we are in deep this time. I gotta figure out voices to do for these two, because I didn't have anything on plan. Another friend here. Are in deep this time. Okay, so this one has Stinky, which is opposing card loses 1 power. Okay, so a few of these things are sentient. That's interesting. Oh. I wonder if these are the souls of previous people. That's interesting, if it is. Interesting if true. Wolf Cub. Oh, this again. So in 1 turn, that's going to go into a 3/2, right? After it gets played. So we can go Squirrel, Stink Bug, reduce the attack power on that guy. And then we can swing at it and kill it before it gets to do anything. Oh, the Stink Bug doesn't cost... It costs bones. Something has to die for me to do that. Okay. Okay, the Stoat I think can match that. So we're gonna go Squirrel. We're gonna go Stoat, sacking that. Keep me alive. I'll do my best, Stoat. I also need to win. I assume. Stop that. Oh, what the heck is that? Creatures adjacent to a card bearing the sigil gain 1 power. Oh no. Oh no. I like those voices. I feel like somehow the little voice sounds that may convey... Yeah, like, exactly. That's, again, the sound design stuff I really like in this game. Okay. So I gotta kill the cub before the alpha comes down, because if I don't, then it's gonna get real bad in here. Which I think I can do. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna go... Because I think the play here is Squirrel, sack for Bullfrog, gets me 2 bones. I can play the Stink Bug in opposition to the Alpha, and then... Which reduces its power, so it effectively becomes a 1/1, and I can also kill the Wolf Cub in attacks. So I think that's probably what we want to do. And then the Bullfrog can just be a defender in another lane. Yeah, because that allows me to kind of take this whole thing down a bit of a peg. Oh no, it literally won't do any damage. Okay, cool, that's great. So we're going to go Squirrel. Play the Squirrel, go for the Bullfrog, sacking that, and put the Bullfrog over here. Then we're going to go Stink Bug right there. Back in the game. Wabam. Okay. Alpha has no attack. Heck yeah. Alright. Let's see what we draw, just because I want to see if there's anything better I can get hold of. Possum. I have nothing in sack. Okay, that's fine. We're going to go combat. Whoop. Nice. Okay. We move forwards. We get a card. What do we get? It's me! It's the me card! It's the really good me card! The Fervid Mantis. Its prying claws strike both to left and right. Ah, the elusive otter. It submerges itself during my turn. Y'all, I have to take me. I have to. right? Like, there's no way I don't take me, because me is the best card here by a country mile. It has flying. It can just get sacked forever. It has 3 power and 2 toughness. It's such a good card. I'm adding Gabe to the collection. What if I don't wanna? Can I just not? I don't think I have a choice in the matter.
The choice is yours.
Ooh. That's kind of fun. I am the best card on the board, yeah. Okay, so here's a thought. I think I have to keep my me card because my me card is so strong. But putting flying and no, too much power. Just I can't get rid of that. I think we go give the cockroach either another ability or we give the abilities of the cockroach to something else. Because an undying stink bug seems good. Because, like, if I go, alright, stink bug with undying, then it can reduce stuff, and if it ever does die, I can just add it back to hand and keep going that way. And I don't want to sack the stink bug or the stoat, because both of them are, you know, good. Oh. I can do, like, a less good version of undying on the stoat by doing it with the cockroach. That seems like probably the best thing I can do. Because I can go cockroach here, give the stoat the cockroach's recycle ability, and then it's cheaper to play than the cockroach is, and if it ever dies, like if I sack it, it just goes back to my hand, I think, if I'm understanding that correctly, based on how the bone thing works. Perishes, okay. I don't know if that counts sacrificed. Sacrifice does not perish, which means sacrificing does perish, which means if I put this on the stoat and I sack the stoat, then sacking the stoat still gives me back the stoat. So I have infinite stoat. I like infinite stoat. Infinite stoat sounds good. Either that or I can put the bullfrog on the stoat and give it the extra block ability, but I think that's just like... I think I want to go... Hello. Hello, stink bug. Aw, these guys are so cute.
I'll go. I'll go. Am I your choice?
I could also put it on the wolf. That sounds really good too. Ooh, or I could even put it on the possum too. The possum's only 2. And I get that as the rest of the stuff's dying. So the possum dying gives me back a possum and 1 bone to play the possum, which means if something else gets sacrificed, then I can do that. Can I give it to myself? How many abilities can I have on 1 creature? Can I have deathless, sacrifice, permanent... Damn it, the bot's back. Hold on. How do they keep getting in here? How do you keep getting in here, you piece of garbage? Sacrificed you. Goodbye. All right. The bot has been sacrificed. Okay. How many abilities can I put on 1 card? The other thing is putting Deathless on a card that already has reasonable stats and flying, which means it's not getting hit as often. Well, it's, yeah. Putting it on something with reasonable stats and flying and the sacrifice trigger on it already means I have one really, really strong card in the deck, and if I don't find that card, then I'm in a lot of trouble. I feel like it's better to spread it out onto some of the other guys, because Gib is really good. Don't get me wrong. Gib is a very good card. Gib is very good. But if I put all my chips on Gib and I don't find Gib, I am in for a world of hurt. Also, thinking about this for later, if I put it on Gib and I'm up against the Angler, I basically can't play Gib. Because if I play Gib and the Angler takes Gib, it has flying, it can get sacked for stuff, not that he's going to really be sacking anything, but it has flying, and it just makes another copy when it dies. I don't know if that goes to his hand or to mine. I assume it would go to mine, but that just seems terrifying to me, and I don't want to deal with that. I think I give the cockroach's abilities to either the possum or to Stoat. It's one of the two. Because if I give it to Possum, Possum effectively becomes a 1-bone 1-1. And that's not bad. Because then any one sack with the Possum, it's like, I can play... Yeah, because like my thing was like, replayable Stoat as a 1-1, as a 1-3 isn't terrible, and you can... Here's the thing. My understanding is the Undying thing, the whatever this is called, Unkillable. My understanding of this currently, based on the way the wording of the rules is that that is better version of what Gib already has. The wording on this is when a card-bearing sigil is sacrificed, it does not perish. Which means perishing is something that would normally happen if a creature is sacrificed. Here, when the card-bearing sigil perishes, a copy is created in your hand. So you don't get it for free, you do still have to replay it. But the fact that Gib already sort of has this, and it is like putting it on Gib would be really, really good. My concern is just if I load everything onto one card and I don't find that card, the consistency of the deck suffers a lot. Because it's a really good card, it's just the consistency's rough. Also think about it, you'll 100% of the time be able to get a squirrel for a 1-blood creature. Yeah, that is true. Once you find Gib, you can just keep replaying it no matter how many times it dies. Deathless is better on a blocker. Yeah, because like my thought process here is like, if I go like, let's say I put Deathless on Stoat. If it's on Stoat, then I have a 1-drop 3-block that can just constantly keep coming back. If I sack it, it still comes back to my hand too. I do lose the card on board for a turn, but it goes back to my hand so I can play it again on the next turn. If I put it on the Possum, by virtue of the Possum dying, it gives me one of the 2 bones I need to play the second copy I add to my hand. So at that point, I almost have squirrels that I'm getting every single turn with an extra attack on them. And that's also really good. I'm honestly leaning a little bit towards the Opossum or Stoat. I think Stoat just for lore purposes, because he's animated and my friend, I kind of want to give it to Stoat. But putting it on Possum also sounds really good. Because it's just like a 2 cost that gives you 1 back. I think it's good to go and give because it technically ramps you. I guess so, yeah. Because like I can crash it into, I can use it as a block, it dies, it gives itself back, and then it also is a repeatable guy that can just let me keep sacrificing. Yeah. I don't, especially as the deck gets larger as the game goes on, I don't love the fact that it's all stapled onto 1 card. Like, I really want more balanced deck as opposed to like 1 really strong card and I have to fish for it. If I don't find it, I'm struggling a lot more. I know there's also could be more cards that I'm going to find, right? Like, I have the ability to add some of this other stuff to other creatures and things that I'm going to get to add to the deck later. It's just like, it feels really good to have that on a spread as opposed to just being a one thing. 2 good on Gib because it technically ramps you. Carlos, welcome to the stream, man. I vote Stoat. Get infinite sacking and the option for a squirrel each turn. Yeah, I think I want to spread it to the Stoat. Can get blocked. Does flying make it unable to block? Technically speaking, it can still block. So flying creatures can't be blocked by grounded creatures, but it can still be attacked by a creature that is on the ground. Really, the only difference is that it it's not like the waterborne one where like they hide during the opponent's turn, so they can never properly block. It's not like that. I think I'm gonna go with Stoat, just because like I really want to do Stoat or Possum. It just Gib does sound really good because it's like a lot of power and it's already so hard to remove from the board, and if you do remove it, it comes back and then it does the whole thing over again. So it's like, it's effectively just a better squirrel, right? If I put it on, this is better. Yeah, because like if you go squirrel, Gib on turn 1, then it's like, okay, squirrel, Gib. You can keep sacking the Gib for other stuff and draw a squirrel to play out your hand. And then when you've got enough stuff, you can just do that. And then when Gib dies at some point, if it blocks, it just goes back to your hand, and then you can just draw your squirrel for turn, play it, play Gib, and then have another sack out with it getting in. So it's... I want to spread it out. I think I'm going to put it on Stoat. It's either Stoat or Possum, I think. It's just a matter of whether or not I want the super easy to play, because as I'm losing guys, I will always be able to play the Possum, versus Stoat being like, I'm just going to keep making copies of myself and keep coming back, but you do still have to like spend one. Possum is like, if I'm doing a 1 sack for turn, I will always have this guy as something I can play. But I think I'm going to go with Stoat, because that just seems good. Plus, yeah? Alright. Unkillable Stoat. Last time we had infinite tribute Stoat, so I think this just continues the tradition. Alright. I think we have time for one more choice from these, and then we go from there. I mean... like, it is the same thing, right? Hearing squirrel for turn is the same intonation as land for turn is so funny, because that's what it is. All the squirrels are is just a resource to use to play your other cards, right? And like, really, it functions the exact same way as a land in Magic. So I'm going to play my squirrel for turn, and I'm going to use it to pay this, and like, that the squirrel is just your land. Like, that's how this works. It's a resource system. Do you have the squirrels? Okay. We can go for a harder totem battle and then get a card plus an item. Or we can go for this, see the Trapper to get some pelts. Squirrel for blood mana. Yeah. Okay, we can have a combat, go to the Trapper to get some pelts, and then empower something else. Or make something stronger. And honestly, buffing Stoat doesn't sound bad either. Because if I've got the unkillable Stoat and I make it stronger, or Stinkbug even, both of those sound good to kind of make it better. Or Possum. If I can get a Possum, that'd be pretty good. I guess it depends on what's going on up here. Plus the pelts for later, if I can get them to the trader, I can get some really good cards. So... equivalent squirrel value. The question is, because I already have full items right now, if I go through the total, I'm not getting anything better for doing that. I'm just getting an extra card, I suppose. And like in the early game, an extra card's not bad, but I think I want to go this way. I want to try and play for the longer game, get some better stuff with the Trapper, because that stuff was insane last time.
So strange. Why can't I remember his name? I believe I lost some of my memory. In the flash.
Look.
There's a third talking card somewhere around here. Personally, I hate the guy. Biggest killjoy ever. But he's the only one of us with a plan to get the things back to normal.
I love these two. Gib! The picture of this is honestly kind of unsettling. Grand fur. There's a fur there. There's a wolf cub about to come in. Okay, so I can't do a whole lot against that, but he'll be attacking that anyway, so that's not the worst. I mean, I think we just start swinging with Gib, right? Just go squirrel. Squirrel for turn. Gib sack the squirrel. What zone do I want to put this in? That spider just disappeared. I think we do it in this zone here. I don't think it matters really, because I don't know what's going to happen next. We'll play him there. Look at that little guy. This pilgrim looking ass. Alright. Cool. And we've got one bone, so next turn we'll be able to play Stink Bug if we just draw one and stack for Stoat. So we're going to go combat. Hit for 3. Actually, it has occurred to me it doesn't matter what I do, I just win the game this turn. Let's see how much overkill we can do to get some extra teeth. Oh my god, I forgot. Gib has Infinisac. I only get the bones if it perishes, though, right? We'll do it. You sure? Yes, I'm sure. Get some overkill. Get some extra teeth. Meh! Sorry for the mic pop, folks. I forget that the way this is set up is just off screen for you guys because I went to film school. I have a very particular thing in my head about the camera. The mic should never, ever, ever, ever be in the shot. And I know like the traditional streamer / YouTuber thing is like, oh, you can see the mic because you know they're a YouTuber or a streamer. I'm just like, it's unprofessional. The mic would never be in the shot in the film. It shouldn't be in the shot in anything. So I'm just like, unless it's important or it's getting significantly better audio quality, no. But point being, it's in between my hand and my face and like the keyboard. So like if I go to raise my hand, like right about over here, I'm hitting the little mic stand, but it's fine. All right, we're gonna go to the trapper. I have the most exquisite pelts. The first is free. 2, 3, 4. Oh, damn. Yeah, I could have gone Stoat into Wolf and sacked the Stoat and gotten it back to my hand. Oh, man, I could have done more damage. I could have gotten a stronger pelt. I could have gotten the golden pelt. Well, Wolf pelt. And that's it. Much appreciated. Alright. I don't think I have any powers I want to add to something else, so I think I want to go to the campfire. Warm a creature by the fire, enhance its power, said a hungry survivor. Yeah, I'll do that. Stop this. Oh. We could go for a 4-power Gib. Alternatively, I could up Stoat or Stink Bug, or I could make the Possum a 2-1. And that seems pretty good for the swing. So they were going for the Possum. Why are they so uncomfortable about this? Like, is there something going on with this that I'm not aware of? There must be, because why would they be so damn uncomfortable otherwise? Like, a 4-2-1-1 sounds pretty damn good. Or a 4-2-1 cost sounds pretty good, right? On the other hand, a Possum that you can play and balance out the deck a little bit better also sounds pretty good, so I don't know. (4-2) Gib is approaching, like, larva levels of power. Gib was such a good card. I'm sad I died, but I'm happy I got Gib out of the whole thing. Okay. I think we're gonna try and split it evenly. We'll go... Why do you guys seem so upset and uncomfortable? I'm worried. I want to put one of them into it. I'm just like, I don't... What's his deal? We're gonna go possum. I want to have, like... I think we want to have just better dudes, like, overall, that we can play easily. Although, I guess... To be fair, Gib is incredibly easy to play. He's just a one cost. Screw it. The strongest of Gibs. The fire warmed the weary Gib and enhanced its power. You suspected the intentions of the survivors were less than pure. With your Gib in tow, you retreated into the woods. Folks, we now have a 4-2 for 1. OTK. Oh dang, if I had saved that, I could have gone for more overkill on the teeth. Okay, something to learn for next time. What is this? The rare card? Oh, the pelt lady. Show me some exquisite pelts. Hair pelts. We can add cards to our deck. What am I looking at here? Raven's a 2-cost, 2/3 flyer. That seems eh. The mole looks gross. I'm sorry, man. That mole looks gross. Okay. When empty space would be struck, a guard bearing this sigil will move to that space to receive the strike instead. This is a 3/7, but it costs 3. That's a lot. I don't know if I want to dip into 3-cost, guys. That does sound pretty good, actually. Stark, you make a good point. Put Beehive on Stoat. I was very interested in Beehive last time, too. Like, at worst, it's a dude that just blocks one and gives me an extra card in my hand I can play for free. Exactly, Bruce. We did this once last time, too. Porcupine and Beehive both seem decent. I think I'm going to take the Beehive, because I already have a Possum. I have one flyer, which is Gib, and Gib is the best flyer, so if I add more, I'll add them later. I think we're going to take a Beehive. And then wolf pelts. What do we have? Ooh, now we're talking, kids. Now we're getting somewhere. So this is Stinky and Flying Block. Creature opposing a card bearing the sigil loses 1 power. Okay, that seems kind of okay on Skunk. It's like fine. It's not the best, but it's fine. Flying and disappears. This is the, this is what the Not the woodpecker. It was, what was it called? That water bird. The thing he had, the kingfisher. That's what the kingfisher was, but it's a 4 dead cost guy. But that one's another resack, which is pretty good. I really like resack guys. Flying, moving elk. Warren also is pretty good because that's another beehive. And on play, it gets me some things. Strike each opposing space to the left and right of the space across from it. And that's not terrible either. Does that mean it does 2 damage? I wonder. That does seem decent for a 1-drop because you can just hit 2 slots and then like never get hit in return. It's a little tricky to play, but yeah, that seems good. See, okay. Right now I think the 3 I'm trying to decide between are Raven, which is a 2/3 with flying, so it's always going to be hit over, but it's also one of the sack dudes, so it makes it easy for me to play higher cost cards, and I love cards like that. Warren, which I did think about in our last run before we died. It's got the rabbit hole, so it on play gets me an extra dude to sack for the next turn, so it gives me an extra squirrel, which I love. And then does 2 damage if it doesn't attack directly ahead. Okay, gotcha. See, that was something I wasn't understanding about this. That does seem really good. When a card bearing this sigil is played, a rabbit is created from your hand. So this gives me an extra dude, and it's a blocker, and it can block flying stuff. Yeah. Card bearing the sigil will block an opposing creature bearing the airborne sigil. So it'll block something that's flying, and it will also give me a dude on play, which I really like. This does seem really good for a value attacker, though. I think I'm going to go with the Mantis, because it's got the double and the flips down. That seems pretty good. You have my gratitude. God, can you imagine what I would get if I hadn't messed that up and had actually enough stuff to do the full pelts? I think I'm actually at full items right now, so I can't have more. And I think empowering something here sounds good. What can I empower? Okay. So currently we have Beehive, which I can stick on Stoat. That sounds pretty decent. We have... I think stick Beehive on Stoat, and then just keep Mantis as is, keep Gib as is, keep the rest of these guys as is, stick Beehive on Stoat. It's either that or I get more items, and my items currently are the Turn Skip, the Squirrel Jar, and that. I think I'm good with that. So let's go Empower, and we'll stick the Beehive on the Stoat.
The choice is yours.
Beehive, please. Marvelous. Where's my Stoat? Chat, why can't I put the Beehive on the Stoat? Why won't it let me put the Beehive on the Stoat? Oh god, double attack on the Gib. If I just play that on turn 1, I win every single combat. Because I literally think if I do that on Gib, I think I physically cannot lose the angler fight. It literally just one-shots him. It does enough damage to almost two-shot him. Can you not empower something more than once? Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. So what do we put this on then? Okay, so you can't empower something twice. It has to... Okay, that... Good to know. Okay, so if that's the case... What do I put on here then? I can put the Beehive on, and I can stick it on something else. Beehive on the Bullfrog doesn't sound bad. Because then I can go like Bullfrog can block both flying and otherwise, and because he's a 2-drop, 1/2, he's more powerful than the Beehive is. But because I can't use the Mantis, I can't put the double strike on Gabe. It looks like you can't use empowered cards and stack them onto already empowered cards. Because my options currently are Beehive, Gabe, yeah. I have Bullfrog, the Stink Bug, the Beehive, and Gabe. So what I'm probably gonna do is Beehive onto Stink Bug or onto Bullfrog. I think one of those two is probably the play. I think Beehive on Bullfrog sounds pretty good. Because I can put it on Stink Bug. Actually, that's a fair point. If I put Beehive on Stink Bug, right? He reduces the attack of anything hitting into him by 1. Which means if a 2 attacker tries to hit him, he instead gets 2 bees out of it before he dies. Compared to the Bullfrog, Stink Bug is more likely to be able to effectively block and get multiple bees into my hand, which I think is decent. Bullfrog can block more things, so it guarantees it can get the bees. The question is whether I want to guarantee it gets a bee by blocking flying critters, or if I want to try and high roll to get multiple bees off of the Stink Bug. Because at that point, anything with 2 power or less is going to automatically give me a bee. Is automatically going to give me, well, if it has 2, it gives me 1 bee. If it has 1, it gives me no bees because it physically can't attack. I think we put the Beehive on the Bullfrog. It's either that or the Possum, but I think it goes on the Bullfrog. Because if I'm going to put it on the Possum, I should just put it on the, this guy. We'll put it on the Bullfrog. Beehive, Bullfrog. Bee-Frog. Alright, guys. We're going to try and do the Prospector fight, and then I'm heading out. Let's go. Why did you extinguish one? That's not fair. Alright. My boss battles are high-stakes tests of your aptitude. With one flame you will either overcome them or die. Fear not. I will let you keep the smoke. The smoke. The incessant clank, clank, clanking reverberated between your ears. The path ahead was blocked by a grotesque figure. 'Twas the Prospector. Yeehaw! Okay. That wardrobe. He almost put me in there. The top left drawer. But the puzzle was too easy. Okay. I remember from last time I have to try and kill the pack mule as fast as possible because... is that the same bot? The bot is back. The bots are back in town. Nuke. Alright, the bot has been destroyed. Back to the game. Alright. So Coyote and Pack Mule are about to come down. I have a boulder block in my way. He's going to turn all my stuff into gold if I remember correctly, so I really want to hold the best cards if I can. And the Mantis only has... Oh, the Mantis flips down. Okay. Okay. That's cool. So I can go smoke, get a bunch of bones to make sure I can play some other cards later instead of squirrel. And then go for Mantis, hit for 2, and it can't get hit by the wolf, or by the coyote, and then I can guarantee to hit the one guy. Alright, it's a little bit of a slow burn this turn, but let's start with this. Yeah, that's what I'm remembering. I did this fight once before, so I'm gonna go smoke just to make sure that I have sack fodder. Okay, and we're gonna do that. And I think honestly it's where we leave it because I don't want to play all these guys right now. I can go possum if I want to, or stink bug, but I don't want to lose them because I know he turns them all into freaking gold nuggets. Prospector boss again. Okay. If I go 1, 2, I don't have anything that can do a lot of damage to the mule. I can start trying to hit it for some, but it's gonna be, I can hit maybe for 2 per turn. And maybe that's enough. Like if I just go squirrel, stoat, punch, punch. Because I think if the stoat dies, to that prospector effect, I think I still get a stoat back. I don't know if that counts or not, but we'll try that. So we're gonna go squirrel here, stoat stack. Bad play. Why is it a bad play, Mr. Stoat? Elaborate, please. Okay. So I've got the wolf locked down. Or I've got the mule locked down. I can keep hitting for at least 1 per turn. I think what I do here is I just like... Because if I go sack the stoat, I've got 5 there, so I can go possum, take out the adder, and then hit again with these guys. I'm still going to take another 2 back from the stoat, which is kind of or from the coyote, which is a little annoying, but I can also go like possum, just play it, sack it to and stoat to wolf, get the wolf back, kill the mule, and then hopefully hit for another damage. And then that gives me a bunch of cards I can use. So maybe we go for that. Play the possum there. Go wolf. 1, 2. Don't worry, stoat, you're back in my hand, buddy. It's okay. You're not gone. I promise. Get all the cards. Nice. Damn it! That's another 2. Okay, so we've got bat, which takes 4. It's got flying and does that. Beaver, the wolf cub, a squirrel, a stoat, that. I think what we want to do is just draw another squirrel here. I gotta kill as much of his stuff as possible, I think, because if I don't here, I know he's not actually going to die from this hit. He's going to turn all my stuff into gold. I got to play like low stuff, low to the ground things I can use to try and just clear off dudes on his board and see what I can do with that, because I really don't want to like lose all my stuff and then get swung at for a bunch. How much am I going to take from that, right? It's going to be quite a bit. I gotta hit him for a bunch too right now. I'm gonna hit him for 5, so I think that takes the scale down. And I think we add the squirrel just so we have more tribute fodder for the stuff we already have in our hand. Then we don't commit super hard to any plays. We just like play something that's super low cost to kill the snake. So that way there's less stuff coming at me on the next turn. And then we're just gonna go Wolf Cub, because we got it from him. It's pretty free. And then we go combat. Hit, we take out the snake, so that way we're taking less damage. I thought that was gonna hit for 1. Okay. That's fine. Draw 1 from there. Got the bullfrog, nice. Okay. And we're just gonna go combat again and try to deal with this. Yep, that snuffs one of those, and he kills all my stuff, turns it back into gold. Yep, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. Cool. Gold! I've struck gold! Cool. Okay. And so now we have all this stuff in our hand. We can play an extra squirrel here. And I think it's our turn still, so we should be able to... If I draw a Gib here, I think I can just kill him completely. Oh wait, there's only 1 card left in my deck. It has to be Gib. So I can literally just end this now. And I can overkill it too. Ooh. Prospector going down. Ooh. And what's a low cost dude that does a lot of damage that we can sack for? Yeah, Drew Gib for there's only 1 card left in the deck. It had to be. And then literally all we just do here is we're gonna play whatever the strongest dude in my hand is, just to put in extra damage for later for the trapper. Yeah, screw it. I'll do the bat. Play the bat there, and then just swing. Get some extra damage later for the trapper, and then that's it. Let me relight your candles. I didn't even have to use any items during that, guys. Very well. Let me choose a rare card. Alright, what do we got? Urioli. That's a lot of damage, but also that is so much sacrifice. My deck can maybe afford it, though. Child 13. Gek. Okay. So Child 13 is just another cat. Gek just does a damage. So part of me wants to go for the really big dude, but that is a lot of blood. I know, I could do it. I'm just like, currently I only have 1 recurring dude, which is just Gib. And by the time I get to this and can play it, it just doesn't seem like it's useful. Last time I went to throw the larva, Child 13 seems like it's just more recyclable dudes, which is cool. I do like that. It's effectively just another Gib, but like less powerful. But I can still empower it and do other stuff. I mean, I assumed it was just another cat. It looks like just another cat. It didn't give me any text because the last time I looked at it, I don't remember what it did. I know Gek is really good because he's a 1/1 that's free, and I can empower him with other stuff, and that makes him very strong. Because like that can go up to being like a bigger blocker, or like I can stick very fun stuff on him. Screw it. We're going for like the Gek is clearly, like from my understanding, haven't looked at this later, Gek is clearly good, but I think I want to try Child 13 just to see what I can do with it. Because no. Because here's my thought process right now. The angler is a pain in the ass of a boss. I got to him once. We're probably next stream going to get to him again. And I don't want to lose to that guy again. I know that overkilling or killing the guy immediately or as fast as possible means that I get another turn after they do whatever their special weird thing is. So I think my goal against the angler is just to play as many low to the ground powerful cards as I possibly can to kill him outright, because I cannot let him start snatching my stuff. And I think the way I do that is by taking Gek, because if I take Child 13, I play Child 13, I use it to sack for something else. It's effectively the same as a Gib, except the stats are way lower. And it doesn't actually do anything, to my understanding anyway. So if I keep sacking it to do other stuff, currently it doesn't do a whole lot. I think I just have to try and go for the value on the Gek and try and empower it over the course of our run up to the angler, so that way it can do a lot. Because if I can get like a multi-attack on the Gek, like if I can find one of those ones that lets him do the double attack or the multi-attack and then just bump up his power a little bit, that's huge for this guy, because he's already a 1-drop for free. The ability to just be like, okay, somewhere in my deck there's Gib, and then there's this dude that I can just draw, play, and if he's got powerful abilities, you know, that's... I think I'm going with Gek this time. All right. After the harrowing encounter with the prospector, you gathered yourself and continued onwards. Let me see. The air grew thick with moisture. The buzzing and chirping of insects drowned out the sound of your footfalls. You beheld the wetlands. And folks, I think that is I think that's about where we're gonna call it for tonight, because I have been at this for like 2.5 hours at this point, and I am a bit tired. It is almost 11 here. I still gotta go take a shower and finish getting ready for work tomorrow. So, and I'm getting up early tomorrow for work too, God. So with that being said, I think that means we are done for this evening at the very least. I hope you all enjoyed. I had a good time. I got a little freaked out with the whole angler thing. Hopefully next time we can beat that man down, and maybe we can figure out what's going on with that random slide puzzle over on the side. I'd like to just take some time to actually figure that out, because I don't know what the deal is with that. That being said, thank you all so much for coming by. I am happy to have had you all here. We are either going to stream again on probably Sunday or next week on Thursday. I don't know if I can do this like multiple times a week. I'd like to, but I also have other commitments, including making videos for this channel, which takes time. And every 2.5 hours I'm streaming with y'all is time I'm not using to look for a new car because my current car is busted, or work on videos, or do any number of life things. I would love to do this multiple times a week. I think I can realistically only commit to like twice a week, right? Or once a week really right now, but we will see. I will keep you guys updated as things go. I will always post in the Discord, but I've got one coming up as well as on the community tab if it's early enough in advance, but the Discord's going to be a little more consistent. So for those of you, if you are here and you haven't been here before, go join the Discord. It's the place where all the info is. It's a cool place. Otherwise, I will see you guys all next time. My name is Gabe. This is Draw 5 Move 5. Until next time, go have a good game, guys. I'll see you next stream. Good night, all. Other hand so I can use my mouse.